Hi, good morning. I've got strange reflections on my glasses, so excuse this, but I'll be pointing down in a minute so it won't annoy you for too long. It's annoying me though. Hold on, can I get over here? No. Oh gosh. Anyway, hope you're well. It's Monday morning again, and I'm going to have another play with the Blackberry Beauty Suite. This is these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful papers. I'm showing you some of them if you haven't caught them already. They're beautiful autumnal colours. Blackberry, Blackberry Bliss, rich Razzleberry, Cinnamon Cider, all with early espresso, all with some gorgeous gold. Oh, they're just, so there's one side that's always foil and then a more muted pattern on the other, but you see the sheen on those, they're beautiful. Hi Jan, how are you? This is what I will be playing with in our autumn extravaganza, so I can't stop playing with them at the minute. Just beautiful. This is another lovely one that makes perfect card. Just cut that, put it on a nice background, stamp a sentiment, a couple of embellishments, and you're done. So which one have you not seen? I think you've seen them all. Maybe you haven't seen that one with the lovely owls on it. Anyway, papers are gorgeous, and I thought I would show you another card with this set. So I'm going, oh, I love the colours in it. It's gorgeous, Jan. So I'm going to point you down, and I'm going to show you, first of all, my inspiration for my card today. So this was a card I made last night with my team. Our theme was flowers and foliage. So this is the card I came up with, which is not using this paper at all, but inspired me for this one. So bear with me while I point it down. So this is the card I made last night. This uses, this is the Pattern Party DSP. So this is a host paper or a free paper you can get when you, if you spent over £150, either solely yourself or in a combined workshop order, if it's if you have a party or something like that, you are entitled to some host rewards. These build up, and then you can choose some of the host products, or you can choose anything you want from the catalogue, but the host products are made a little bit cheaper just as a thank you for hosting a party. So this paper is a really large, oh, on a ferry, oh goodness, so this paper is a huge stack of, they're all coloured on one side and black and white on the other, and I thought this was a lovely autumnal kind of a paper with these, I don't know, I think they're oak leaves. So anyway, I used a little bit. Hi Annette, how are you? Gosh, I was going to say I haven't seen you in ages. Well, obviously I haven't seen you in ages, but haven't heard from you in ages. So I put a little strip of vellum over it, and I've embossed, this is from the Biggest Wish stamp set, and I've embossed this in copper, and I've used some champagne rhinestones because I'm still waiting for my little embellishments to arrive, but they go really well with the copper embossing. Then of course I've made a little strip down the inside, and I have a little flap, matching envelope flap. So this inspired me for my card this morning. So I've been playing about with combinations of the colours, and I think this is what I prefer. So I'm just looking for, now where did I put my trimmer? So I'm going to start with a card base of Cinnamon Cider. So this is going to be a normal book fold, like so. I've then got, so I'm kind of using the same style of card, as in strips of, without using the same DSP over and over, I'm going to alternate colour blocks and DSP this time. So I'm going to have just get them together. I'm going to have the background of basic white, and then I'm going to have to just trim them down. So I have, I think this is my favourite of the patterns of DSP. So this is one with the beautiful little oak leaves, and we've got some acorns, etc. So just trimming that down because it's going to be 9.5 centimeters wide. So this one is, so obviously my European measurements, our card bases are 10.5 centimeters wide. So then my basic white piece is 10 wide, and then I've got, just trying to work out which way around I did them. I've got some Blackberry, no, this is rich Razzleberry. And which way around I'm going to put my paper here. Then I'm going to have some cinnamon cider here. Then I got a little strip of gold here, which I need to trim that one down to 9.5. So let's get that. 9.5, yep. And then I've got another little strip of rich Razzleberry. And if I get my spacing correct, is my spacing correct? Yeah, like that. But what I'm going to do with the top and the bottom one, hi Sunanda, how are you? I'm going to emboss these. I'm going to use, this is one of our new embossing folders. It is, hi Bernadine as well. This is the bark embossing folder. So I'm going to take these two and I'm going to just put them in here. So that will give a lot of lovely texture to this card. So just bear with me. I'm going to put that in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss and get those to have a lovely pattern and raised texture for you. So just bear with me a second while I do that. My little strips of paper moved, which meant my pattern would have been skew up, so I'm just adjusting those. And winding them through. So this is the morning, Sarah. This is the lovely embossed pattern you then get here. So it's just a little plastic folder, and our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is almost like a mangle. You wind it through and it presses the shape or the raised part into, thank you Annette. It also makes it, because it's compressed a little bit, it will give me a little bit more space for my layers because it kind of makes it slightly smaller. Anyway, we'll sort that out, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to emboss my greeting in gold. So now I'm just trying to think, what will I use? I'll use the large, might use this. I haven't used this yet. Might be a little small actually. Nope, I'm not going to use that. It's a bit too small, I think. I might go back and use that. Oh, actually, no, I might use this one. Yes, going to use this. This is Festive and Bright. Oh, it is. You're right, Annette. It's not easy. It's a pain in the proverbial. I think traveling, you know, if you've got all the right things done to you, traveling's okay. But should you get it and should you have to quarantine somewhere, the expense is ridiculous. That I think that's always the worry. It's okay traveling, but it's what happens if, you know, the horrible things happen to you when you are traveling and you're stuck wherever you are. That's the really scary bit. So I'm going to use the Blessed because I like that, and I think it's a little bit bigger, though I do love the very large Greatest Wish Biggest wish, sorry. Let me just get myself a block. I'm just trying to line, oh, you can't see that, sorry. Trying to line my, not that it matters, but line up my stamp on the block. Then I'm going to just stamp in Versamark. I'm going to stamp over to the right a little bit. And then, oh, I have a bad habit of always stamping sideways or skew, which works for me, but isn't very pleasant to look at. So, we've stamped that in our Versamark, and then I'm going to take some gold embossing powder. So the embossing powder, or the Versamark, makes the embossing powder stick down. And then I'm going to get my heat tool and I'm going to heat that up. So excuse the noise. Oh. And this is always my favourite thing to do, which is to heat emboss, but especially heat emboss with metallics. And it's very, very pretty. Okay, so that is our blast, which is beautiful. And then I'm really just going to stick it all down together. So, just put the top on that. And then I have some lovely little metallic pearls, which I will use. Excuse my tummy if you can hear it. I really hope you can't. Either way, to be honest, this works. I was trying to see if there was a right or a wrong, but I don't really think there is with this particular pattern. You can put it on either. So I'm going to start with my purple or rich raspberry layer up the top and try and get an even spacing as I can. Next is my DSP. Oops, a little bit sticking out there. Then, should I do the, I think next I'll put, I might actually use my liquid glue if I can see where it is. When I can't, then just bear with me while I get my this is a little, oh no, there's a little bit of glue on it from yesterday. My silicone mat, which stops, well, when I say it stops liquid glue. It stops it getting on. Anyway, stops the glue sort of getting to your paper and then your project sticking to your paper. And so let's get the gold layer next. You can always trim if you do go a little bit wrong. You can trim these down. Let me just check I have room for everything. Yep, that's fine. So next we have our cinnamon cider with our embossed sentiment, and finally our other piece of dry embossed rich razzleberry. So this is embossed again with the bark embossing folder. So there we have that. Now, you know me, or if you don't know me, you'll soon learn that I love to raise almost everything. Everything needs a bit of dimension, a little bit of shadow. I think it adds to every single project. I always have a huge stash of dimensionals in my arsenal because you just always need them, I think. I just think it adds to everything. So I was very tempted. I almost did this in totally the inverse of the colours. So I had a rich razzleberry base and I had the cinnamon cider where the at the cinnamon cider where the rich razzleberry is. Everything was the opposite way around and I couldn't decide which I liked more, but I decided to go for this in the end. Then I'm going to just take a few of these little maybe 3. I think there we go. Excuse my dogs if you hear them. The postman has just turned up. This is what happens about every Monday about this time when I'm doing my live. The postman turns up and my dogs go ballistic. So that is my card for this morning. And just to show you again the inspiration for it, which is totally different, but you get the idea. It's very easy to create this kind of a an effect. It's just different panels. You can keep them the same or you can chop and change them. But I think it makes a very, very pretty card. I hope you enjoyed this morning. And I will see you again next Monday. Bye now, and thanks for watching. Bye.